Hello and welcome back to Cooking for Two 101. Today we're making American goulash. Yes, the traditional Hungarian goulash is completely different from this, but this reminds me of my childhood. My Instant Pot's hot. So we're going to make it in the Instant Pot because it's faster and it's easier, so yay teen. So my Instant Pot is on sauté, and I'm just going to put in a pound of grass-fed ground beef, and I'm using that because it has less fat in it. If you don't have that, it's no big deal. Just cook the ground beef and then take it out and drain out some of the fat. This cooks for a long time, and all of that beef fat will rise to the top, and nobody wants that. Okay, so I'm gonna just break it up in the Instant Pot, which I have on sauté, on high, and it's gonna take me about probably 3 or 4 minutes. But nobody needs to see that, so we'll be right back. Okay, so the hamburger took about 4 minutes, maybe 5, to brown. And I used grass-fed beef, but I just want to show you there's no grease left in here. So, but if you do use regular ground beef, maybe, 80-20 or whatever it is, you need to take some of the grease out. Okay, so now I'm going to saute our onions. That's half a diced onion. This is 3 of these sweet chilies, sweet peppers that I have seeded and de-ribbed, and I'm going to put those in as well. And we're just going to saute these up until they are soft. Normally, not normally. You could use green bell peppers if you like them. I like them, but they don't like me. So we're going to use this. The onions are going to release their juices, and the sweet peppers are going to soak up all of the ground beef flavor. And we're going to saute them on high, like I said, for about 3, maybe 4 minutes. So we'll be back when that's ready. All right, so my onions and peppers are nicely seared or softened or whatever you want to call it. And look at that beautiful fond. I'm sorry, you probably missed that. But next we're going to add 2 cups of beef broth, and this is going to deglaze the pan. You want to put the beef broth in and stir it around a bit and get all that yumminess off of the bottom. It's going to take maybe a minute or 2. But really, this part is important, so don't skip it. If you do, you might get a burn notice on your Instant Pot, and nobody wants that. So you want to get all of that dried yumminess off of the bottom. Okay, I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I have removed all of the fond off of the bottom, and don't skip this part. It's very, very important. Don't want to burn message. No bueno. I'm going to return the ground beef back into the Instant Pot. I'm going to add 1 can, and this is a 24-ounce can of my favorite tomato sauce. And I'm telling you, get the one in a tin can because the glass just costs more money and the sauce is quite delicious. I'm also going to add 1 big can of crushed tomatoes. This is a 28-ounce can. Yeah, this is too much food for 2 people, but you can freeze this and it's delicious. And I'm also going to a potluck tomorrow, so that's why I'm making a lot. I'm going to stir this up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to add 3 fairly finely minced garlic cloves. Stir those in. And my seasonings. I have 3 tablespoons of my favorite Italian seasoning. Use whatever you like. 2 tablespoons of, it's not Hungarian paprika, it's smoked paprika. But if you like it spicy, get some hot Hungarian paprika. Oh my goodness, it's so good. This is 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you're cooking for kids, hi Sarah, I'm cooking for you. Don't add this. If you like it spicy, add more, no big deal. Okay, all of that goes in. We're gonna stir it up. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm so excited. A lot of recipes add bay leaf, but I'm not a fan of putting bay leaf into the Instant Pot. It seals all of that herb in there, and it's just, to me, it's overpowering. If you really like bay leaf, put it in. Yay for you, go to town. Start with a little one though, I'm telling you. It's completely different when you use it in an Instant Pot. Okay, I'm now going to add, and this may be controversial, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Oops, my bad. And 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. Yeah, most recipes don't put them both in, but this gives it a richness in color. It makes it seem like you've been cooking it for an entire day, which we're not. We're going to cook it for like 15 minutes. But here we go. That's all the fun stuff for now. What we're going to do next is actually turn off our Instant Pot, because we want to put the pressure cooker lid on. And if it's too hot, you'll get an error message. So we're going to just wait for 4 minutes, then we'll put the lid on and we'll move on. We'll see you then. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. The pot's pretty cooled off. I'm now going to press pressure cook on high. I'm going to put it on for 5 minutes. Put the lid on. And normally when you make this in like a Dutch oven or, you know, a big skillet on the stove, it takes about 20-30 minutes for this part. So we're going to do it in 5 in the Instant Pot. Okay, oops, sorry, my bad. We'll be back when that's done. Okay, so it was 5 minutes on pressure cook high, 5 minutes natural release, and then we did a quick release, and now here's where we are. It's beautiful, it's amazing. We gave it a little taste. It's delicious. I'm excited to move forward. Sort of take your time at this part, because it's kind of difficult to pressure cook, quick release, blah, 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 and then get it back on and make it work. So what we're going to do next is add half a pound of macaroni, which is about half of this box. We're going to save that to make some Hawaiian macaroni salad later, because it's delicious. Give it a big stir. And if you don't have enough liquid in here, you should add a little bit of water, but I think we're doing just fine. If you followed the recipe, you got plenty. Okay, now is the time to put the lid back on. Which I'm so good at, by the way. Yay! And we are going to pressure cook for 5 more minutes. You know what? Now that I think about this, we did a 5-minute pressure cook quick release, because you want to do 5 minute with the macaroni in and 5 minutes slow release. So sorry, my bad. 5 minutes in the Instant Pot with no macaroni, quick release, and then 5 minutes with the macaroni and a 5-minute slow release. Sorry, everything's so confusing sometimes. Okay, we'll be back soon as I get my head together. Okay, so it pressure cooked on high for 5 minutes. It did a 5-minute natural release, and then we did a quick release. And here's what we've got. Look at it. I did try the noodles to see if they were done, and they are. So I have turned off the pressure cook mode. It's just completely off. We don't want any more heat at this point. And I'm going to add about a cup of extra sharp cheddar cheese. You can use whatever cheddar cheese you have. That's just what I had. And about 1/4 cup of Parmesan. I confess though, I am going to pull a little bit aside for garnishing later, because it's so pretty. So what this is going to do is add the salt that we didn't add earlier. And it's going to make it creamy and amazingly delicious. So I'm going to put those in there. And remember, the heat is off. You don't want to add cheese when the heat is on. And I'm going to stir it in. And I'm going to keep stirring. And then I'm going to let it rest all by itself for about 5 minutes. And that's going to allow all of these flavors to combine. And then you will have the best American goulash you ever had in an Instant Pot. One other thing we are going to add, a little bit of parsley, but I'm going to do that at the very end. Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and all the steam from the Instant Pot has puffed up, I guess, or cooked into the pasta, and now it's nice and thick, sort of like a chili. It doesn't taste like chili, so don't be confused. It tastes like amazingness. I did taste it, I confess. All right, I'm going to serve it up a little bit in this bowl. I'm going to put, well, actually a dollop of sour cream on top. I like the creaminess because it is a little bit spicy. I'm going to put some extra cheese on top. Because who doesn't like extra cheese? I don't know. And some fresh parsley. So this is a lot of food for 2 people, but it freezes beautifully. It's awesome for leftovers because the noodles absorb the flavor even more. So yay team. And here we go. American goulash. All right, I'm going to give it a try. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. Oh, it smells amazing. That's so good. I love that it's kind of Italian, but it's got a little bit of a kick. I love that the cheese and the cream make the whole dish even more comforting. It's delicious. It brings me back to my elementary school days where the lunch lady would serve us American goulash. Mine tastes a tiny bit better. All right, thanks for watching Cooking for Two 101, even though we cooked for more than 2 this time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us some comments. What do you want to see? All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.